Hey there, Josh with iMediaSalesTeam. So, what do you do when you send out an email campaign and somebody replies and it's not quite unsubscribe, but it's more like, stop bothering me, we're set, we're all good? What do you do? So, how do you respond to that? Well, so here's an example of how we did it. So, we have these emails going out, um, and it's triggered through Zoom Info. We do some intent lead generation and then we send out email campaigns, and we generate a fair amount of proactive leads. So the response I got was, thanks for reaching out. Our online appearance is stellar. We are doing phenomenal with our advertising and couldn't be growing any faster. We are so happy with our marketing. Thank you for your interest. We are good and we will let you know if we need anything. Have a fabulous day. So super polite, great email sent from her phone. And look, all this information is available publicly, right? So there's nothing I'm going to share in here that's not available publicly. So I wrote back, right? And I was like, wow, okay, so she's doing well. How is she doing? And I went in and I looked and I ran her digital evaluation. And lo and behold, she is doing phenomenal. Their company is really doing phenomenal. Their name is Dixieland Energy LLC, and they're out of Maryland, but they have locations across the country. They're listed as their business category an HVAC contractor. You might look at this and say, well, they're not doing that great. They're at 43%. Well, yeah, but they're not going to do e-commerce, right? Because the HVAC contractor, they could sell car chargers, right? They could sell Tesla chargers. They could sell Ring devices. They could sell all those things that smart thermostats, things that maybe are connected to their business. They could sell them on their website and get a commission on it rather than just saying, you go buy it and then bring it to us. So they could do e-commerce, but very few are, right? It's a whole other business model that somebody should do. But what we do is we just look at what Google says, because we don't really put any information into this. We have a special bot that goes out and it basically acts as a potential customer, and it finds what it finds. And their listings are doing really well. Their reviews are phenomenal. Now, why are their listings not an A? Well, they don't have X, and people are like, well, I don't like X. Well, that's fine. You don't have to like them, but they're a site that Google looks at for giving credibility to your listings. It's kind of like saying, well, I don't want to have a billboard on XYZ road, even though there's a lot of people on it. I just don't like that road. So it's fine. If you don't like the road, don't put your information there. But in fact, a lot of people don't like that road. Only 6.2% of HVAC contractors have an X account. So what does that mean? It means if you do have an X account, you're ahead of all your competition. So it's up to you on whether or not you want to use X. It's free. So you got to pay us to build it, or you got to build it. And by that, I mean just build out your profile, one-time fee, super simple. What their reviews are phenomenal. Look at their reviews. They have 436 reviews, Google and Facebook. The industry leaders are 148. So these guys are like double, triple what their competition is. The industry leaders, right? Reviews found last month, not as many reviews from last month. So over time, they've gotten a lot of reviews. And the review scores are very high. Their review scores are a little lower than the industry average, but because they have so many reviews, I wouldn't worry about it. The industry leaders have 5 stars. They're at 4.5. So they could improve their review quality, which means they could be selective in who they ask to have write them a review or not. But they have 6 review sources. So that's great. They probably have like BBB and, maybe House, maybe lots of other services. But the main ones is Google, and secondary would be Facebook. And then third might be Yelp. So their social is also super strong. They have 8,000 likes on Facebook. So for an HVAC company to have 8,000 people that like them, and granted, they do more than HVAC. This company does fuel delivery and other things like that. The industry leaders are over 3,000, right? So they're like, again, 3 times almost what the industry leaders are for likes. Now, where do they fall short? Well, they only have 2 posts per month. Not that big a deal, 2 posts per month. They should do more. They're not. No big deal. Social, it's our platform says it's a C, right? But it's not really a C. They're doing really well. Why does it say they're a C? Well, again, they don't have X, right? Their X is really low. Their Instagram isn't that great. At least the Instagram that we detected from going to their website and saying what's official, the business puts it on their website, then we say, then that's official. If we can't just go out and find a random Instagram account. So if it's not on the website, your business needs to put it on the website. And then, of course, down here we see their post, things like that. So they're a little bit lower. They don't have an Instagram, or they don't have as much going on with Instagram as they do with Facebook. But I'd say because Facebook is so strong, Facebook's 77% of the US, so it's much larger than Twitter. Although I will say Instagram is getting more and more powerful because more people are moving to Instagram and younger people are on Instagram. So Instagram's something I would look at. And then their website, website's fine. It just doesn't have a video on the homepage, but it's doing great in all categories. Of course, it doesn't have a Twitter link, so that would be the only issue, right? And websites are very much in the eyes of the beholder, but pound for pound, their website's, punching very well. So if we look at their advertising, now we couldn't see any advertising. Heating oil prices, Dixieland Energy, fuel oil near me, fuel. So all these things are certainly clicks that you could do. What I tell people with Google Ads is just do a little, right? $300 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $3,000 a month. A little is whatever you decide a little is, right? We say do more with Google because when you advertise a little bit with Google, they actually increase your SEO and everything else works better. So if we look at the SEO, it's a competitive market. And if we look at HVAC contractor near me, they're absolutely number one when you look at near me. They've got way more reviews on Google than anyone else in their area, right? They're on the Pennsylvania border. You look at Rising Sun, they're third, right? There is one other company, Hoot Heating and Air, C. Cullum Heating and Air. They're just barely above, but not really. It's just probably their review scores a little bit better, 5 stars and 4.8 stars. So they do have maybe a little bit challenged on that, but it's not a big deal. They've got so many reviews, I'd take it. They're doing super well. So again, sometimes when companies are complaining, or they say oh, we're doing fantastic, I look at it and I'm like, this has a lot that you need to improve on. But with this company, it's rare that I see a company with grades that are this high. A little secret that is not super secretive: when somebody reaches out from a digital marketing team with a free digital evaluation, it's part of our business model. We want to offer you products and we want to help your business, but there's actual benefit to it as well, right? And so the grades are a little bit lower, right? Then we kind of push the grades a little bit lower because they need to. But across the board and comparing other businesses, green is good. C is actually easy to fix because they just need that Twitter page. So they really are doing phenomenal. So when this person wrote back, I did write them back an email. And, I definitely don't want to spam people. And there is an unsubscribe link on everything we send. But I said, wow, your report, here's your report as promised. And, I won't reach back unless prompted. Your email was triggered because you or someone at your company was researching some of the media products we offer, and it triggers it, right? We do have an iMedia Audiences owner operator in Maryland if you ever want support. And I'm sure you wear many hats as a marketing lead. And here's the information for Felipe, who's amazing. He's also a photographer, very, very solid. And so, and she wrote back, thank you. We will, of course. So strong, response there, right? Not really, but still, when somebody writes back, they're like, thanks, but no thanks. Don't bother me. I write back. I do all this. I just want a positive experience, right? I want them to maybe it's not today, maybe it's in a couple months, but then they come back and they're like, you know what? There are a couple things that we can do and we can benefit from this report. So if we can help a small business, whether they become our client or not, that's really a notch in our cap. All right, take care. Have a good one.